everyone, Mystical Mark here. So in this video we're going to be talking about this full moon in Scorpio happening on the 23rd. Alright, let me just go to the chart here. Okay, so we can see here, April 23rd, 5:48 p.m. We're going to have the sun here in Taurus, opposite the moon in Scorpio here, so for this full moon. Right, so with this full moon though, however, we're just happening, so this is what, 23rd, so 3 days after this Jupiter-Uranus conjunctions. You can kind of see here they are still within conjunction here in Taurus. And with the sun in Taurus here, what's interesting about this is this creating a T-square here with this full moon to Pluto in Aquarius. So it's kind of like this fixed T-square. And involving Pluto, this is dealing a lot. There could be an intensity that's surrounding this, as well as this really push for transformation and change, because Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius, change. We've got Jupiter conjunct Uranus here in Taurus, change, right? And I've talked about this in my video regarding this conjunction of Jupiter conjunct Uranus, regarding these shifts and changes. However, I said a lot of it was kind of like maybe behind the scenes or shifting within maybe the next 5 to 6 months, as it is in Taurus. This could be a slow shift, but it's also a shift of this fixated energy, what we've been fixated on and moving towards something else. And of course, with this full moon T-square, in this fixed energy, this can actually be really difficult when we're dealing with fixed signs, because it can deal with us stepping outside of maybe our comfort zone of what we've kind of already really known when we're looking to shift within this kind of energy, right? Especially when you're dealing not just with a T-square, but even like a fixed grand cross. It can be really difficult, almost like a crisis point where it's like you have to change, but it's so scary. It's like you don't know what's kind of ahead in that sense. It's like we've been so used to certain things that it's hard to make this transformation and this change. But the thing is, Pluto here in Aquarius, the moon is in Scorpio, right? And the fact that we have Pluto here in this T-square, it's really pushing for this change, there's this strong like Scorpio type energy that exists here. What's interesting is that when you have a T-square, sometimes there's some astrologers that will occur like with the missing planet is kind of going to help to balance out or kind of solve this. And of course, what's missing here would be Leo energy. So Leo is the other fixed sign that it would be kind of missing from this energy. If there was a planet here at the beginning of Leo, it would create this grand square or grand cross that would maybe help to balance out this T-square here. And of course, what is Leo? The heart. It's love, self-expression, right? So when we're dealing with these shifts and changes that need to occur, I even talked in my eclipse video how this is about shifting more into like a place of love, moving away from this dark, this malefic type energy and moving into this place of love. And I feel like with this shift happening in these fixed signs, especially with Pluto here, this transformation that needs to occur, that, you know, what's missing that's apparent here and obviously in a lot of the world, love. That shift towards love. That missing piece here in terms of this is really, like I said, what we're missing. It's love. That ability to express ourselves from the heart, right? If we take a look at this again here, we have this novile aspect to Mars in Pisces. Remember I said this Mars in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces on this eclipse was a dissolution of that malefic energy. So with this novile here, with aspecting the sun here regarding this full moon, again, it's dealing with that dissolution of that malefic energy. Pisces is a very compassionate sign. Mars here, take action towards compassion. Take action towards that sensitivity, that compassion, that understanding. We're all one. We all fit in that space. And with Taurus here, this fixed energy, I feel like, and with that square to Pluto, I feel like it's shifting that, transforming that to a new fixated state. That's what we're learning to do. This novile here is giving birth to that. It's learning to dissolve that malefic energy, but take action in a more compassionate way, take action in a more loving way. Understanding that we are all connected, we are all one. There's that spiritual divine connection that exists there, right? So again, with this full moon, full moons are about release. So again, it's dealing with this release regarding what we need to release in order to make this shift and change that needs to occur. Remember, it was only a few days ago that we had this conjunction of Jupiter with Uranus, and I said it was regarding that shifts and changes that could take time to occur, but that need to occur, stuff that's happening behind the scenes. So we may not see this stuff come out or happen right away, but we may see more and more stuff start to come out, to be released. That was an emphasis on that. More and more stuff begin to come out, to be released, to be lit up, to be aware of that has been happening, revealing these secrets so that we can make these appropriate fixated changes onto something else, towards a place of love, to really see what has been going on behind the scenes, but also that there's positive work going on behind the scenes to make these huge changes that we're wanting to push and process through in our lives, right? And as I mentioned in that Jupiter conjunct Uranus video, that there's like faded stuff, faded change that's occurring. And I feel like that happened in the eclipse window with those eclipses that had happened. There's a lot of faded change that is really occurring here. Again, we may not see it right away. That eclipse window is at 5 to 6 month time frame, but there's a lot of stuff that is occurring regarding this change. And of course, with this full moon, with this T-square, that transformation, what we need to release and let go of in order to transform and shift. And in these fixed signs, this fixed energy, that can be tough, right? It can be tough for a lot of people that maybe aren't aware of, what has really been going on behind the scenes in our world, right? With like celebrity culture, or people going to an island who's got that whose last name starts with an E. Can't mention that. But like, all of this stuff coming out, maybe even more of that coming out. I'm not saying that's going to come out on this day, but we're going to still continue to deal with a lot of that stuff coming out and being released, right? It's just, we need to have this fixated shift on what we've known that could potentially, a lot of that stuff behind the scenes that has been bad that's going on there, to be fixated in a new space, in that new direction that deals a lot with love, because love is what has been missing. It's showing right here, it's missing, right? But that's what we need. And we need this transformation to let go of all of this old crap, right? We're learning to dissolve this malefic energy. We're learning to take action towards compassion and give birth to that in our lives. All right. So that's kind of all I've really got for this full moon here. It's, like I said, it's going to be intense. We're dealing with this fixated energy. We're dealing with this T-square. Just remember the missing piece is love. Remember to focus on love. Focus on your heart, right? We're still dealing with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, so there's aspects of changes and shifts that are occurring. It may take time, still be putting in the work, but again, put in the work behind the scenes, put in the work towards being more compassionate and understanding to each other, of course, as well. Mercury is still retrograde here. In a couple days, we'll be going direct on the North Node here. So Mercury's kind of stopped. We could be at a place where we're just kind of like, okay, we're kind of releasing what's no longer serving us for you, to maybe really be aware of what we need to take action on to move forward in our life with this Mercury conjunct this North Node here in Aries, which is a cardinal sign, taking action, being aware of taking action, communicating what we need to take action on once Mercury goes direct. Or even before, at this point, we may be a lot more aware of these changes and stuff that are occurring, and especially surrounding our abundance and worth, but I think in just a lot of areas in our life, I think what we've been fixated on and what really needs to shift and change in these areas as well. So it looks like it's going to be quite an intense full moon, so just be aware of that. And yeah, again, we're, like I said, just dealing with these aspects of change. But guys, these are positive changes. No matter what's being said out in the world, no matter what's going on, no matter what's being released or what people are saying, a lot of that stuff needs to come out, right? In order for us to shift into these positive new spaces and directions. Remember, focus on love. What's missing in that T-square there? Focus on love, focus on positivity, focus on expressing from the heart, and we'll all get through it. A lot of these changes are faded and coming through in that sense. Just remember that. We all have to go through this. We're all in this together. Let's have that compassion and take action on that compassion. Learn to love each other, guys. Thank you. Take care. Happy full moon. Have a good day. Bye for now.